Hey guys, so after the DayZ armed assault helicopter video that I posted a couple of weeks back, I had a lot of feedback, a lot positive, a lot negative, from the likes of Reddit, YouTube, and of course the DayZ forums. But I also had a lot of requests from people asking if I could do a Let's Play DayZ video or a How Does This Mac Play DayZ video. Ran into a bit of an incident last night, got myself ambushed, got myself killed, lost all kinds of really cool shit, AS-50, NVGs, rangefinder, etc. But, you know, moved on from that. A little bit gutted, but that's the way that DayZ works. But figured now would be a prime time to restart the game from scratch with nothing, but with fraps running, and to document my progress throughout the game, so that if people want to watch it, then they have the access to do that. So sit back, feet up, enjoy the video, and be sure to leave a comment, positive or negative. Don't mind, so long as it's not too smoky. And of course, subscribe if you like. So, enjoy. So I spawn on the map, and my first point of concern is, where the fuck am I? Now I know Chernarus quite well. I've been playing DayZ since just before it went mainstream in the alpha. And I've been playing ARMA for a couple of years before that. But my immediate spawn location is a little bit of a mystery. And I'm not entirely sure where I am until I spot the boat on the island, the wrecked boat on the island, out to sea. Which immediately to me indicates that I'm at Krotoi Cap, which is a little like outcropping that sticks out into the sea in the southeast corner of the map, and it overlooks an island there with a lot of rocks in the coastline around that. So with that in mind, my first plan, my first goal is to get a gun, stock up on food and drink, get a big backpack, and then progress from there. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Electro, which is the major city to the west of where I am. So I decided at this point to head up to what is generally a quieter city, which is Berezino, which is on the east coast, north of my current position. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the footage a little bit, because the last thing you want to see is just me running along the coast like it's a running simulator or a walking simulator. I'll slow it back down again next time there's some interesting action. just coming out of this building, I actually spot a survivor on the hill up to the left. You'll see it in just a second. It doesn't look like he's carrying a weapon when I initially see him, so I actually let him carry on his merry little way. There you go, a bit of an oh shit moment. There's a survivor. Is he armed? I don't know. But I maneuver around for a better view, and I believe he's carrying an axe. But it's a bit too far to see from here. Yes, he's carrying an axe. You can just see the glinting silver edge over his shoulder. I'm sure there'll be a few comments in the video about my usage of third person. The server that I play on, SE6, mainly, is a third person enabled server. It's where myself and all my clan members play. If Rocket decides at some point to disable third person completely, I'll be happy with that, I'll play with it, but for the time being I do prefer the third person rather than just the straight first person view that obviously most traditional FPSs have. So in DayZ I play a bandit. Pretty obvious from the previous video that I did. I'm pretty impartial as to who I kill. I think impartial is a good word. If you aren't carrying a weapon, then there's a pretty good chance that I'll leave you be. As of the last patch, when you spawn on the beach, you spawn without a weapon, and you have to find one. All things being equal, like 9 times out of 10, I will let you live because you don't have anything that I need. If you have a gun, you're fair game. There's a handful of people in this game that I won't shoot, and that's people from Pandemic Legion or the Pandemic Legion community. And there are very few people that I know out of game who actually play DayZ as well. But if you're not one of them, then if I see you and get the chance to shoot you, then you can expect bullets to be whizzing over your shoulder. I think the first build of call is a shiny new weapon. The X is alright, I guess. It's too close range. You end up normally taking damage whenever you use it. Favorite gunning game, favorite starting gunning game would be the Lee Enfield, definitely. Pistol-wise, the M1911 is probably my most favorite. Prefer it over obviously the Makarov and the revolver. I don't think the M9 SD is quite up to par. It's very subpar gun in my opinion. Although it is silenced, there is an SD version to that. In this barn here, I actually find a double barrel shotgun. I haven't used shotguns myself for several weeks actually. As I said, I mean I think my longest live streak is about 23 days, which I've just died from. I'm really not a kind of shotgun person, very much a Lee Enfield precision kind of rifle person. So my reasons for heading Chernogorsk are somewhat twofold. Chernogorsk is a very large, very well spread out city. And it's one that's not really frequented as much by newer players, because the vast majority of spawn points on the map are on the south coast. And as such, it provides a more quieter alternative to the Bean Wars at Cherno and Electro. On the other hand, however, because it does have a hospital and it has two supermarkets, supermarkets being very good for Alice packs, pistols all the way up to the M1911, not to mention food and drink and supplies like camping tents. You get a lot of experienced PvPers coming here, mainly for medical supplies normally. So it can be a bit of a PvP hotspot at the right time, right times of day. However, generally speaking, it's a lot quieter than the two main cities on the south coast. So I thought that this would be a good place to head up, to gear up before heading obviously towards the northwest. I kind of suspect that there's somebody floating around Berezino. The apartment complex is, generally speaking from experience, a very popular, very busy hotspot. And although I'm not sure if anybody's down here, it's always best to, you know, I have this sneaking suspicion, this sixth sense. That's just saying, you know, just be a little bit careful. Thus the extra caution. In this particular case, it pays off quite nicely, and well, I come around this corner here, as you'll see, and just kind of freeze because of what's in front of me. Bit of a shock to the system, really. Wasn't really expecting to run into them, and it was kind of an oh shit, what the fuck. And I was like, two of them. One of them's carrying a Bison SD, and the other one has, I think it's a shotgun. I was actually quite fortunate to have found a grenade a little bit earlier, because as you can see, it kind of paid off in this particular case. Dropped a grenade on their feet and luckily managed to kill both of them. Coming around this corner, I spot the guy right at the end of the next apartment down on the left side. He's very well camouflaged, actually. I could barely see it on the replay, but he scares the shit out of me, because I obviously just finished looting. I've been there for quite a long time, and it didn't look like they had a third person with them. As it turns out, he's a completely unrelated party, but it certainly brought a little shock to the system. And then what ensued was like a 10 to 15 minute game of cat and mouse with him. Well, I wasn't entirely sure where he was, and I wasn't entirely sure if he had friends with them. He opens fire around the houses, and at first I'm not sure exactly what what gun he's using. I realise later it's a shotgun, but at first, when your adrenaline's pumping and you're looking around the corner, and you just hear this massive shotgun shell, it actually sounded like a goddamn 107. And I was like, oops, shit, and quick retreat back up to the wall to actually reassess and get my bearings. You'll also see a fine example here of some of the worst accuracy in the world. I'm not typically this bad. Not entirely sure what happened, but figured I'd waste most of my Bison ammo just by shooting thin air, apparently. At this point, I suspect he's still around the apartment complexes. I haven't seen him flank round to the left. And, well, to the right is a big wide open field. So from a, what would I do in this situation? Staying around the apartment complex feels like a good idea. As it turns out, he's actually... I wouldn't say hasn't seen me, because he has. Well, I suspect he has. However, you know, I think he believes I've retreated away, and he's just carrying on merrily, checking the apartment complex. all of this has just been a really long cat and mouse game. Eventually got him in a building with only one exit, so he's kind of. It's just a matter of waiting for him to come out. I don't really want to go in because he has the angles and defense, so we'll just wait for him to come out. One thing you might notice is I have an almost compulsive reloading syndrome. I've had it for quite a few years, and my old clan leader, back in a clan called Pissed Up Bastards, it was a Counter-Strike clan with low to medium skilled Call of Duty, original Call of Duty team, competitive team. And he always used to say that I used to reload far, far too much, and, well, you'll see this quite a lot in the video. So having finally killed the third guy that I'd come across, I head into the supermarket to check for supplies. I think I got enough food and drink already, but let's have a look for some more. And I'm running down the supermarket aisles, having killed the zombie that I'd managed to aggress. And I see a guy on the right, and it looks, at first glance to me, it looks almost as if he's carrying like an AK. So I want to be a little bit cautious, but he retreats back into the back room. Now, if somebody does this right, the back room is actually pretty defendable, because you can close all the doors, you can't be seen in, so anybody outside has no idea where in the storeroom you are. But in this case, the doors are open. There's like two open doors down, and he's in the far left room as you come in through the back. Now I get a few shots off at him, but he's moving at the time, and well, me being a terrible aim, I miss. And then we circle around a little bit, and I find him again. And I empty like not half a clip into him, I emptied like 15, 20 bullets into him. And I'm still not entirely sure if he's dead yet, but as I pass through the door, I hear the flies start, and he bleeds out on the floor. Turns out he's actually carrying a crossbow, not an AK, though he does have a round of AK ammo in there. Not really carrying anything else, but he was a threat, he was armed, and thus he had to die, unfortunately. It's getting quite kind of late at this point, so I leave the supermarket, and because I have a few things to do out of game for a few hours, I decide to go and head towards the field and find somewhere to log out there. And then I realise that all the nearby bushes are actually like really close to the zombie spawns. So I double back, head into the town, and log in the top floor of the apartment, and we shall hopefully get to continue this tomorrow at some point. Thanks for watching, and I hope you tune in for part 2.